What's up, pretty gang? It's 8 in the morning. It's your favorite nail tech Peaches back with another video, and this is the look that we have stumbled upon today. Very nice, quirky, interesting, different look. You guys know I love the swirls. However, this is not really what we're going to be talking about today. Today we're going to be talking about working with indecisive clients and how to keep the appointment moving along. I know there's probably a lot of you that you kind of run into a brick wall and maybe you're not sure what to do, so let's talk about it. So of course, check out all the links in my description. My Amazon storefront is always linked, expanded underneath the title of this video. Don't forget to subscribe, turn the notifications on, follow me on Instagram, social media, all that good stuff so you don't miss nothing, okay? So this client is a regular of mine, and while I'm doing her soak off, we did already previously discuss, I asked, so what are you into today, blah blah blah. We were removing her acrylic toes as well, so she's kind of doing a double soak off at once. This is the time where you ask your clients what is it that they want here. And if you're not doing a soak off during your prep before you actually start that acrylic, number one, that's where you spend the time talking. You should not be talking without keeping your hands moving or keep the work going. Okay, that's kind of a mistake that people make, and that's why a lot of people want pictures beforehand. But sometimes even with a picture like so, we still end up with an indecisive client. All right, so I'm asking her, what about this do you like? That's number one. I always ask people that because she was like, well, I want a full croc print nail and the rest full swirl nails. So I'm like, okay, so are you even interested in the French tip? She's like, no. Right, so I'm like, okay, well, the picture that you're showing me, I want you to just not even look at the French tip at all. And so when she did mention croc print, I did show her other examples of full croc nails because it looks different on a French tip. And so that's when she decided, maybe not that. So then, we're pulling up other pictures and I'm trying to find things in her, I guess her little library of whatever it is that she's looking at, she's going to pull up for me. And so that's when we're talking about my page. She's like, I saw you with something on your own nails, your own croc print, blah, blah, blah. So that's when I start to get to searching and looking on my page. And I realized, okay, this is a very colorful look. Initially, she wanted to do dark purple and light purple, probably because in that picture it was a dark and light green and she just wanted to sub the colors out. So a lot of times what happens with clients who are indecisive is they will look at pictures and pictures and pictures, and what ended up happening is from every picture that she liked, she was trying to take something from every picture. So I really had to explain to her, girl, I know you like all these different things, but we need to think about the overall set. I said, do you want the croc print to be the star, or is it the swirls that you like most? Because really what was happening was, I want this many croc nails, and then I want an ombre here, maybe a marble, maybe, and you gotta keep on track. Like, hey, we only got X amount of fingers, and you don't want to end up with a set where everything just looks thrown on. Okay, so in this particular instance, I decided to scroll on my own page in just a second here. So I'm looking at swirl designs here so I can pull up, because she did say she's more so interested in the swirls than anything else. And I said, okay, I hear you on that. So let's get away from talking about so much croc print, because she was talking about that so much that I didn't even realize that she liked the swirls as much as she did. You see what I'm saying? So with indecisive clients, like I said, do not stop what you're doing. We're continuing the soak off. So I'm like, okay, we have enough time to talk about this. We have like the next 35 minutes or so to talk about this uninterrupted. But if you were prepping the nails and they're going to be showing you pictures, you kind of have to just be able to multitask. Okay, so here we are on my page, and I was like, you've had swirl nails before. So I'm trying to find different examples, because you guys know I've done swirls so many different ways. So I'm trying to find examples. Okay, do you want like a single line? Do you want two lines? Do you want what is the look of the swirls that you want? Okay, because she was like, well, I don't want them to be like the picture, I kind of want them to be a little more. So I was showing her, I'm like, swirls like this or swirls like this, whatever. So this is going to be really important to listen to the client and basically decipher what they're trying to say, because a lot of clients do not speak nail tech. So they might say, oh, I want swirls, not realizing how many types of swirls there are. And for some clients, you kind of have to not give so many options. So that's why I say keep them on track. If they start talking about, oh, I want ombre, I want this, I want that, you need to ask them, what do you want this set to look like, right? So because she wanted the light purple as the base, I showed her the ones that I have, which are pretty similar. One is a glow color, those two are not. One that has shimmer in it. So she went ahead and picked her color, and then we decided, okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started because the base is going to be a plain color, right? Now I do want to let you know I did end up running behind a little bit because although we were still working and moving along and stuff like that, it still took longer than I would have liked, especially because I was doing like 4 services on her. And I wasn't really too happy with that. But you know what? Sometimes it does happen. I was very tired. There's a lot of other things going on as well. But the goal is to continue to keep the client on track so you don't get behind in your day, especially if you're like me and you have your clients back to back. You know what I'm saying? So once we're gonna get started, like I said, the point of this is not really the set. I'm gonna show some clips. I'm gonna really show all of the nail art, and we're just gonna show a little bit of the application, and I'm gonna continue to talk about the subject at hand, right? So with her, it was fairly easy to keep her on track to kind of realize, okay, what is that you want? Because we were able to get down to the fact that she really just wants the swirls, and I think she was just distracted by other things going on with the sets. But if you kind of look at some of the pictures that she was showing me, well, you can only see so much, but a lot of them did have the swirls, and I think that she just kind of saw other stuff going on, was like, oh, that's cute, that's cute, that's cute. But like I said, you have to talk to clients about what is the look that you want for the set, you know, because it sounds nice to have, okay, I want a marble, I want this nail art, I want that finger, I want that, I want this color, I want that color. And I think what happens is clients get very excited about the prospect of like, I saw all these cute designs and let me put all these cute designs on one set. But it kind of doesn't work like that. Okay, a lot of times clients need help building sets, and I think there's a lot of nail techs that need help building sets as well, which is why so many people just only use reference pictures and don't actually talk to their clients about what they want. So it's really important that you talk to your clients, because you might not even know that someone is indecisive until they get into your chair. They might have their picture picked out and everything until the day of the appointment. So that's why it does not matter if they send you a picture in advance, if they come in with little to no idea, you can still come across this problem. All right. So as far as, I think I mentioned I had 2 clients this week that were indecisive, or that might have been in a previous voiceover I tried to do. But basically last night I had a client that she came to her appointment. She had no idea what she wanted, which is fine. That's why I always ask people like, okay, so what are you interested in? I see you booked, you know, for not a plain set. You want marble, you want ombre, blah, blah. I throw out options. My client said, okay, I want some marble, some ombre, and some plain. I said, okay, cool, perfect. Now, when it got to choosing colors, now that was the problem, okay? Because for the ombre, she chose this really nice glitter. And I was like, you want to use nude as your ombre color, or maybe baby pink? Some people use that as a neutral. She wanted to go with the baby pink. I said, perfect. Now, when she started choosing colors for marble and the plain nails, what happened is she started just choosing, oh, well, I like blue, so I can never be without blue sets. I'm like, okay, cool. Now, when I said what color for marble, I said, do you want marble like white in another color? Or did you want like a monochromatic scheme? And by that, I mean like, I want the marbles to be all blue marble or all pink, whatever. And that really threw her for a loop. I think because she really did not think that far. She didn't actually know what she wanted for her set. She started changing up her, like, okay, well, we can do blue, pink, and orange. And I'm like, are you sure? Because, like, that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's very odd. Or like, okay, yeah, and we'll just throw some red in there and some burgundy. And I'm like, okay, well, but what colors did you want to do for the solid? Because if you picked baby blue for the solid nails, you know, you might want to just choose colors around that. And that became a really, really big part of the appointment, to where like I'm trying to get started. I went all the way through the prep and everything, and now we're like 40 minutes in and still no colors have definitively been chosen. So it was kind of frustrating, and you know, you try to stay calm, but it was very hard to think that I'm just asking you to choose like 2 colors for a marble. If you want solid blue nails, I suggest, okay, if you want the solid nails to be blue, I suggest doing like a light blue and a dark blue, because they will stand out. And she kind of took that for like, okay, does yellow blue marble, you know, does that work? Burgundy, does that work? And she kind of was just throwing out whatever, any colors at that point. And so we spent a lot of time. I tried to talk to her like, hey, I'm not gonna lie, I only have so much time. I have someone right after you, so if you are not able to like definitively choose any colors, then we're just gonna have to go with a plain set, because now a set that's supposed to take like 2 hours or whatever, I'm down to like close to under an hour and a half, you know? So at that point, you're gonna have to really decide, like somewhere you're gonna have to put your foot down and be like, hey girl, this is more than enough time to choose colors or to choose a design. I have to get started. And so I did tell her, I'm like, I wasn't, okay, I'm sorry, I'm stuttering. There was a point in time where she just chose like 3 of the same blue colors and was like, oh, we can just do plain sets with this. And I was like, okay, well, I wasn't telling you to get rid of the fact that you wanted you know, any ombre. I'm just asking, I just need your color scheme. So I'm like, that's fine if you wanted to stick with the same glitter ombre, but I just need to know the colors for the plain nails. And I'm like, you know, I don't want your nails to be ugly. So I'm not saying like give me random colors, because obviously you don't want your client's nails to be ugly, but I kind of felt like at a certain point she was just choosing anything randomly just to be like, okay, here we go. And honestly, I could have took those colors and I could have done something with them if it wasn't for the fact that I did not want to waste my time doing a marble with colors that were just not gonna marble, or you know, they would all just muddle together and make nothing. Because at one point she was like, we'll do dark purple and dark burgundy, and I'm just like, those are not gonna properly marble, especially if you're not gonna add white or anything. I'm like, the color she was choosing is gonna just make another variation of that color, you know what I'm saying? So you don't want to waste your time doing a set that's like unintentional, because it can be a lot of steps just to still look like a solid nail, especially like with ombre, or like you don't want to waste your time doing a marble that literally does not marble, if you know what I'm saying. So you're gonna have to pick and choose when you tell your client, okay, I'm very sorry, but like this is way too indecisive and I kind of have to move on. So what ended up happening is she's like, okay, well, I'll keep the ombre, but I guess I'll just do you can take these blues. And no, she was like, okay, well, I'll just take this pink and this white and this color as the solid. I'm like, okay, you have only 4 fingers left and you're asking for 3 different colors for solids, and one of them I didn't even have, so we just stuck with the 2, and the set came out looking nice. But it was just the simple fact of like, that was a point of indecisiveness in which it really harmed the appointment, because I really had a rush and I did finish pretty much on time. But it's just like, no, and I did apologize to her, and I did say like, hey girl, I'm definitely not trying to be an asshole. It's just I am on time. I have time constraints and I can't wait forever, you know? So like, even when it came to choosing the nails, I kind of just had to start. And while I was starting, I was like, okay, what do you want the other nails to be? Because at a certain point, I can't jeopardize my next client for the current client. If the current client is just kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, is beyond a point of like even making sense out of the set. And there's some people that do not understand the concept of like, what do you want your set to look like? Or like, simple questions can just turn into like a lot of over analyzing. And even the suggestions that I gave, it just kind of was like, oh, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, there are points to where you will get frustrated and you do have to keep your cool. I would suggest be honest, but don't be cruel. All right, you're gonna have to tell clients sometimes like, hey, we kind of have to move it along a little bit, or hey, this is my suggestion, this is what I would do, but of course you don't have to do that. But if you're having a hard time, let's look at it from this angle, you know what I'm saying? But no matter what, you gotta keep your hands moving, because otherwise that will kill your appointment. And by that I mean it's going to make everything take extremely long. I hear people all the time saying like, well, that made my appointment take X amount of time. And it's like, okay, if you have a next client, are you just expecting your next client to kind of like sit and wait every time, like an hour, you know, 30 minutes to an hour past their appointment time because someone can't make up their mind? We can't expect clients to do that. Like, it's just not the best practices for a business, especially because client time is valuable as well. Our time is very valuable because we're the one providing the service. But if the next client has a specific appointment time, we do have to stick to that as well. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to make this sound like I don't like my clients, or like, oh, what was me. I'm simply just telling these stories just to bring to you guys attention that it does happen. Indecisive clients happen. Some people you can kind of like guide back on track and you can help them build their set, and some people you're kind of just gonna have to be like, you know, okay, time is up, just give me something now. Which is why I'm saying this as like, do not think that just because someone sent you a picture beforehand that they're gonna show up and be sold on that picture. Okay, because it happens all the time. People think they know what they want, and then as soon as they get in your chair, they kind of are like, I actually don't know. All right, so she did want charms or a charm. I made sure to pull. Okay, I'm sorry, you guys. It's still early, so I'm pretty tired. I keep stuttering. Beforehand, I do ask people when they want charms. I don't pull out every single thing. That's gonna make it even worse. So I'm like, do you want to stick with the purple theme? Do you want plastic charm or metal charm? And I will pull out a few to show them ahead of time, because their whole design might hinder on the fact that they wanted that charm. So it's like, I'd rather know ahead of time if you do or don't want this in a way, if you're looking for a specific look. You see what I'm saying? So she was sold, and we decided to go ahead and do it. I didn't really get to show it here because the camera died. But I'm hoping that some of this information and this advice doesn't sound crazy or doesn't come off a certain way. I want it to be able to help people. I hear so many things about this particular topic, like specifically, that people kind of don't know what to do with indecisive clients. And it's okay. You have to just learn how to grow a thick skin and be honest, but also be able to coach and guide. We can't expect clients to know exactly what they want every time, because they just don't. This is why I always stress, know how to build a set, because it will be your best friend. It's going to help you, and it's going to help them. Okay. So with that, I got to take my ass to work. It's 8:38. I'm supposed to leave in 2 minutes, and I'm not dressed. I'm booty naked. Hopefully this video helped you guys. I appreciate you guys for watching. And as always, I will see you in the next one.